Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we're solving problem 2110, number of smooth descent periods of a stock. This is medium, so here I will show you my thought process and efficient solution. We are given an integer array prices representing the daily price history of a stock, and we need to return the number of smooth descent periods. Each of these periods is one or more continuous days in which the price of each day is lower than the price of the day before by exactly 1. So let's say that this is the array. If we take these two elements, here we have a smooth descent period because this price is smaller than the price of the day before by exactly 1. And here we also take unique days as individual smooth descent periods. So I guess that the naive solution here is to iterate every element and consider every time each element as the left bound of possible smooth descent periods. So first we are here, and this means that we can take 3, we can also take 3 and 2, we can take 3, 2, 1, and that's it. We can't take 3, 2, 1, 4 because this number is not equal to the number of the day before minus 1. It's larger, actually. So if we take this as the left bound for possible smooth descent periods, we get these 3 periods. Now we are here, so we can take 2, and we can also take 2, 1. We can't take 2, 1, 4, so we continue. Next here, we can only take a period with number 1, and finally here, we can only take a period with number 4. And given that here we have 7 smooth descent periods, we return 7. Now this is fine, but from every index we are iterating every other index potentially. When we are here, we are iterating every other index to the right potentially. So this requires an overall time complexity of big O of n squared. And here n can be up to 10 to the power of 5. And this square is a very big number. We need to think about something more efficient. And there are different solutions for this. Here I want to show you a sliding window approach. Let me show you how this works. We initially have 2 pointers, left at index 0 and right at index 1. And we will keep moving the right pointer while the corresponding number for right is equal to the previous number minus 1. Here 2 is equal to 3 minus 1, so we update right. Now 1 is equal to 2 minus 1, so we update right again. And now right stays here, so now we have 3 minus 0 elements in between. We have 3 elements. This 3 represents these 3 elements. We know that this is the largest smooth descent period in between left and right. And if this is the largest period, this means that every period in between will also be a different smooth descent period. So if this is valid, this is also valid, this is also valid, this is also valid, and this is also valid, and this is also valid, and this is also valid. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valid smooth descent periods. And the question is, how can we get this number efficiently? Well, for this we can use something called combinatorics. Let's see how this works. Let's say that we are trying to get the number of combinations of 2 in 3 elements. We can take this combination, or this combination. We have 3 possible combinations. So we are looking for combinations of 2 in 3 elements, and the result for this is 3. Here we have the total number of elements, and this is the elements that we want to combine. And there's a well-known formula to get this, which goes as follows. NCR is equal to n factorial divided r factorial times n minus r factorial. So for this example, here n is 3, r is 2. So we get 3 factorial divided 2 factorial times 3 minus 2 factorial. And the result for this is 6 divided by 2, meaning 3. This 3 is this 3. And in Python, we can use the comp method instead. Here, the first value is n, the second value is r. And now the question is, how can we apply this here? We know that this is the largest smooth descent period if we take this as the left bound. This has a size of 3. Now the question is, how many smooth descent periods do we have in this range? And we can reduce the question to how many subarrays do we have in this subarray? Well, we know that the result is 6, but how do we reach this number? We have 3 elements, so we can take a subarray with only this element, another one with these 2, another one with these 3, another one with this element, another one with these 2, and finally this is the last subarray that we can take. Now let's take a look at what's happening here. We have 3 elements and 4 bounds. The number of bounds here is given by the number of elements plus 1. We have 4 in total. And we are trying to get every combination of 2 bounds in these 4 bounds. So every combination of 2 bounds in 4 bounds. This is what we need to solve to get this number. We take the combination of right minus left, this is the amount of elements, plus 1 to get the total number of bounds within this range, and we are trying to get every combination of 2. So this is what we need to get this number. So now we add this to the result, and we can update left to the position of the right pointer. By doing this, we are making sure that the solution runs in big O of n time complexity. So now left is here. Right starts always at left plus 1, so right is out of bounds. The index here would be 4. And if we want to get the total number of elements, we do 4 minus 3, and this is 1. This corresponds to this element. Now here we have 2 bounds, meaning 1 plus 1 bounds, and we are trying to get every combination of 2 in 2, and this is 1, so we add 1 to the result. This is 7. Now we update left to the position of right. Now left is out of bounds, so we end the loop and return 7. So this is the entire approach. Now with this in mind, let's go with the code. First, n is the length of prices, result is 0. We have a left pointer which is initially at index 0, and while left is smaller than n, every time right is left plus 1, and while right is smaller than n and prices right is equal to prices right minus 1, remember that the difference between the current price and the previous one has to be exactly 1. In this case, right plus equal 1 every time. Now after this loop, result plus equal the combination of right minus left, this is the total amount of elements in the current window, plus 1 to get the total amount of bounds, and we are looking for every combination of 2 in this range. And finally left equals right every time, and return result after the while loop. So this is the entire code. Now let's submit this. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.